Hi Ishan, how are you doing?
Hi, buddy. How are you? All good?
All good. So, how is it going on? Is it too boring nowadays, or you have something to keep your mind off the situation?
It's tough. We've been indoors for almost 2 months now. It's been a month and a half, and it is what it is. Tough times trying to stay training, trying to stay positive, stay active. That's it.
Yeah, because I think two leagues have said they're not going to start again, and today Switzerland is going to also announce it. So, what is the situation in Spain? Is there a result coming in your league, or are they hoping for a restart?
Uh, from what I know, Netherlands is over, Belgium is over, and France yesterday officially said the league is done. So that's
Yeah.
three major leagues over. Uh, with Spain, I'm not sure. There's lots of information going around here and there. Some people are saying maybe we'll start, maybe not, but I think the sanitary levels of this country are not safe to play yet. And there's too many cases, too many deaths every day. But we'll just have to sit back and wait.
That's good. So you had a pretty good season with Lorca this. You had 6 goals in 25 appearances,
Mhm.
and most of, like you were in substitutions and all. How was your experience with Lorca this time?
It was a positive season, I can say. Uh, I came back after a while with a couple of injuries. So it was good to get some rhythm back in and feel good and get into playing and getting minutes. And it was going well, but sadly we couldn't finish it the way we wanted to. And hopefully we can get back on the field and end the season on a high.
Because it's a very good season for you. At the like you're even the top goal scorer of your team at this point, which is like a
For
good
now, yeah,
achievement.
yeah.
Yeah. So we got a first fan question from Carolyn. She wants to know what's your story of falling in love with the game, and when did you know you should follow it professionally, like play professionally?
That's a good question. So I think I'd have to go back to my childhood. I was born in India in Delhi, and when I turned 3, we moved to the Philippines,
Yeah.
and I went to the British School of Manila. So that's where it all started. My school was highly based in athletics and sports, and we took our football very seriously, being a British school. So at a young age, I was put straight into the game, and that's when I knew that this is something I want to do.
Yeah, that's good. We have some questions from your friends in TISB Bangalore. So they want to know if you still miss the school and who was your favorite or best defender to play against?
Yeah, of course, I miss the school. It was a big part of my childhood as well when I came back to India and Bangalore. I went to the International School of Bangalore, TISB, and spent a couple of years there before I came to Spain. School football was amazing. It was a good time, but best defender is none. There was no one up to my level.
Right. So you always planned out to be a striker, or was there any other positions that you loved to
I mean,
play in?
as a kid, you grow up, you want to play everywhere. And maybe when I was 3, 4 years old, I was playing in every position. But when I reached the age of 5, 6, I was just playing as a striker. And since then, that's what I want to do: score, score, and score.
Correct. That's the big. So, like, as being a youngster who's got this career path to go to Spain and other countries in Europe, what was your parents' reaction when they saw you getting offers from Europe? And were they like scared for you to follow that path? Because football is not known that time to be a very good sport to follow as passionately. So, what was their reaction?
Uh, First of all, I was lucky to have my parents with me who supported me and gave me the push and the the help to reach where I am today. But it wasn't always like that. Coming from an Indian family, we know that our education comes first, and doing something different to studying and taking that path is a huge step. And it was hard in the beginning, to be honest, and to gain their trust and their confidence and tell them that this is what I want to do, and I'm gonna put my education on the side and pursue what I want to do and try. So it was hard in the beginning, but thankfully things went into place and they put a bit of faith into me, and things are working out all right for now.
Yeah, your dad is really passionate about you playing football.
Hmm.
He sends us your videos, your posters, and all, and
Yeah,
that's how we came to know first of you. So that's very good to see from your father.
yeah.
Yeah. So now, there's some people. We recently saw an article in Sportskeeda saying that you're going to be the future replacement for Sunil Chetri. How does that make you feel? That he
Uh,
could be.
it's obviously very nice to hear people write and put in the effort to say things like that about yourself. And Sunil Chetri has done everything for our country and our football, and he is the man. He's our look up to. And it's obviously great to be compared to him. And it would be amazing if I could fill in his boots and even take Indian football to higher and higher levels.
That's what people are expecting. Because whenever we saw in our messages we post about you, it's like you should come back to India and make the national team. There's many questions here. They're asking you, have you been contacted by the national team or something to come back and play?
Um, I haven't got an official request or contact from the AIFF or anyone from the Indian football team. I would obviously love to represent my country. I'm Indian. I have an Indian passport. It's in my blood, and who wouldn't want to represent their nation? So if the call comes, I'll be definitely taking it.
Amazing. That's what we're looking forward to. So we have another question from Abhishek. So we have
Mhm.
seen your videos and all, and they love your dribbling skills and your pace. So how do you achieve it? What meant to get you to become that player at the moment? Like what are the drills or something that comes to your mind that took you to that position to be a very good dribbler or a pace person?
That I don't know how to answer that. Maybe I don't know. As a kid, I played a lot. I loved to run. I never sat down. I never studied. I never put my attention onto the books. And it was just when I had time, go run, go play with my brother. My dad used to take me to the polo club in the Philippines when I was really young, and he'd try racing me. And it was just these small things, trying to beat your dad when you're young. And then from that, I'm not sure, it just kicked in. Maybe good genes, I don't know. And I just had the ability to run, and I took my speed to the next level.
Nice. So that's the thing. You, as you said, good genes, good training. But there's one more thing. We know there's a level of difference between how training is done in India and in Europe. Is there any like specific difference with it, or how big is the difference between Indian training and European training? Because you were part of a football school, I think, in Bangalore. You were playing football actively, or was
Mm,
it like, is it put it into your system more?
I mean, I don't know if I can answer that question that well, but if I don't know how to make that comparison because when I was in India, I didn't play for any club. It was just for TISB, my school. And if you want me to compare school football to where I am today, there is no comparison.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Aiden, one of your friends, he
Hmm.
asks, how are you maintaining your fitness during the quarantine? And he has a small message for you, miss you, brother. So he had sent us this.
Uh, Hi, Aiden. I hope you're doing well. Miss him too. And to keeping fit, we have lots of time, obviously. So we have our own circuits. We have a plan given to us by the club, which we have to follow and keep up to. So we have several drills, several exercises, schedule we have to stay put on just in case the league starts back.
Yeah. So is it all indoor training at the moment, or you are allowed to do outdoor training?
Uh, we haven't been allowed to go out till now. So
Yeah.
it was consisting of just at home workouts or going up to the terrace, maybe doing something there. And we have a massive garage in our parking in our building, so running around there was what we were up to. But according to
Yeah.
the government, from the second onwards, we're allowed to go out, and hopefully we can get a good run in the
Yeah.
in the good weather.
Okay. So there's one question from 1 minute. Let me just search from an Himalayan Wilds account. Are you a mountain person or are you a beach person?
Mm. Um, my blood's from Kashmir, so the mountains and the cold, that's where it is. But I've spent a lot of time on the beach as well. In the Philippines, it's an island, several islands, so lots of beaches as well, and in Spain as well. So that's something I can't pick. Maybe the best of both worlds.
But that's it. So Ali, one of the questions was from your followers, I think. It's
Mhm.
Ali. So he wishes to know who is your closest friend during your footballing journey.
I think that's a tricky question, and I'm sure Ali wants me to say his name, so I'm definitely gonna say Ali was up there. He was a good friend. I have lots of friends with me right now in my apartment who've been with me through this tough time. Jonathan and Nader, and also Cookie. We've been together for this quarantine period, and we've grown up together now, and it's been good to have someone with you.
Okay, so Rahul wants to know, how did you end up in Spain?
Uh, in
Because
Spain, I made the move to Spain when I was 16, and it was through connections of my dad. Luckily, my dad had a couple of friends in Spain, and I moved to Alcobendas when I was 16, and it was just from there where I grew up, and one year after another, just moved up and up.
so you are playing with one of the Pogba brothers. How does that feel? How is Matthias, if I'm not wrong?
Yeah,
How is it playing with him?
he's a good guy. You would think that being a Pogba, he'd be a bit, showboaty
Style.
and stuff, but he's a good guy. He's a good person to have in your change room. It's good to play with him. He's a striker as well, so it's nice to have some competition. Good guy, and we get along pretty well.
So now we have a lot of Indian fans. Have you able to watch some ISL this season or like I League this season?
Mm, I can't really watch much Indian football considering I'm in Spain, but whenever I get the time on Instagram, I'll have a look at a couple of highlight videos here and there. I know
So
ATK won ATK won the ISL and Mohun Bagan the I League, no? Yeah.
yeah.
So
So
I'm around
any
there a little
favorite
bit.
any favorite club or anything?
Uh, I have no favorites. I'm just a fan. I'm just watching.
Did you have like before I when you were in India? I think I League was a very big league. You would hear about I League. Would you remember like do you have any favorites that time, or did you aim up to look to play for any Indian club that time?
Honestly, growing up, I had no intentions of Indian football, and the ISL wasn't around then, and the I League was nothing compared to what the ISL has become now. So growing up, it was lots of Premier League and La Liga, not much Indian football. But when made my move to Spain, I remember the ISL came into the picture, and things started to change a little bit, and football started to grow in India.
In Spain, in your league, or like do you have any other Indian players who are playing in the league with you, or you have met up currently?
Not that I know of. I haven't seen any Indian or any heard of any Indian playing in Spain, or at least at a decent level.
So we have okay. So this question is like asked because you are playing in Europe. So recently, you might have heard about Sanjeev Stalin going to Portugal, and in before the season, Chankte and Sridhar tried to follow your path itself. If
Hmm.
you had to choose one player from the Indian national team or anywhere, just tell them, just phone them up and say, come to Europe. Who would be that one player, or like according to you?
I don't know. From what I've heard, Tapa and Sahal are two big talents for Indian football, and considering they're young, I would definitely tell them to come to Europe, gain experience, don't think about the money back home, and grow as a player here. And then we can go back together and take Indian football to the top.
Amazing. That's it. So, um, yes. So if anybody has any, okay. So Jonathan, your roommate, but he wants to know rice and chicken. Like any inside joke behind it?
Rice and chicken,
Rice and
nah, just the staple foods to stay fit. Some chicken, some rice. That's it. Protein, carbs for the muscles.
rice. Guys, if you have any questions, you can favorite La Liga club from Himalayan
Uh,
Valley. La Liga club.
I don't. I couldn't say I have a particular favorite club. I used to watch Real Madrid heavily when Ronaldo was there, and Barcelona as well has Luis Suarez. So those are two big people I look up to. So I couldn't answer that.
So, in Lorca, you have a mini derby, I think, between another club in the same city.
Yeah.
Is it? How do you feel that? Because it's a Spanish derby, so it's one of the Spanish derbies. So how do you feel?
I
Is it big?
mean, Any derby is always pumped up. It's a different occasion. It's a special feeling, and it's just not your ordinary league game. And it was a great experience this year. Unluckily, we didn't win. It was a tough
Yeah,
result, but it was a good performance, and it was something nice to experience
yeah,
on the football field.
that's great. So they're asking you to say something in Spanish. So if you have some words for that follows in Spanish, a little.
Nada. Saludos a toda la gente de Lorca, a España también. Estamos en un tiempo difícil y esperamos que pasamos todo rápido y volvemos a normalidad.
So yeah. So this question is asked for a lot of people. Like, I'm not saying as a footballer you need to answer, but as a fan, when do you believe India can have a suitable position in the World Cup? Like, we regularly qualifying for the World Cup and Asian Championships. When do you believe that time will come?
I'm not sure. I think the Indian football is developing every year. We're getting more talent into our system. We're growing as a country. We're taking our youth more seriously, and we're taking the right steps, I believe. And I couldn't give you a date, but hopefully in my lifetime as a footballer, we can achieve some big stuff in the national colors.
That's that's very kind words from you.
Thank you.
Yeah. So they're asking you, have you been approached by La Liga clubs because they are seeing you at the moment, and you even have trained with a La Liga club previously?
Mhm.
So, are you being approached by any one of them at this point?
Um, the transfer window isn't open yet, and it will be open, but as it comes to speculations and etc., I can't give you names
Yeah.
or any detailed information, but there's always something happening behind the scenes, and hopefully we can make a big move for next year.
So another thing is that okay. So people want to ask if you how good are you at penalties? Have you missed any penalties at the moment?
That depends. In training, a couple maybe, but that's it.
Okay, yeah, that's all. Okay. Anyone who has a question, just please comment below. We can. Jonathan seems to be pretty active over here.
Yeah, Jonathan's had too much coffee today. That's why.
Oh, so okay. So, do you take any set pieces for your club? That's what Siddhan has asking you.
I practice now and then, but that's up to our number 8 and our number 10. But if it was a penalty, probably.
Okay. So Manu is asking you, what is your favorite Indian food?
Oh, I couldn't give you a favorite particular dish, but I don't know. Maybe some rajma, 100%. Rajma would be up there. Some puri, some chana, some aloo paranta, all that stuff. I'm North Indian, so
Yeah.
I like a good meal, but I couldn't give you a particular name. Butter chicken is up there as well. I like my Rogan Josh, all these things, but considering that I've taken this path in football, I can't be eating that much of this stuff.
So Pali is asking, tell us about your adventures with Redstone FC.
Who's asking
Anything?
me this? Ali?
Uh, Pali,
Ah,
with Pali.
there's no adventures. Redstones is my community in where I live back in Bangalore. Just a couple of us friends just messing around with the ball, but it's good. Viv's our captain, and he's a good player.
Uh, yeah. So a lot of people are asking about an Indian club to join. You can even see it. I'm not going to ask you any offers or anything because it's not clear, and I just understand that situation at the moment because even we are waiting from the officials to say when are the transfers going to open and also there's no point of asking which club you will join at this point.
Mhm.
Any other questions, guys? Have you noticed the Kerala Blasters or have you heard about them?
Oh,
What do you have?
100%. Yeah, they're a good
What do
club. a top club in the ISL. I think they have lots of potential, but they haven't been living up to it recently, and their fan base is massive. And I don't know, I'd like to see them do well.
Great. So a lot of fans. Okay. So Himalayan Wilds have a message for you. We
Mhm.
want you to stay in Spain and grow for the next 10 years. So that's a very good thing for you because a lot of people, what's the communication like from your friends in India? Are they like come here, play here, or is it like stay in Spain, like with people around you? What is the
Uh,
idea?
Everyone has their own opinion, and I don't have a definite answer to that. I've said this in an interview earlier that if Spain doesn't get well and things don't look sanitary here and India does start to play, then I'd love to come back and play in the ISL. But if Spain does recover and Europe looks to be good again, my intentions would be to play here and move up here in the Spanish system.
So there's a question from Xander. Do you think Indian players can play in the Champions League one day and maybe we have a winner and Champions League winner in our country?
I mean, I'd definitely like to be the first one to do that. I don't know who can in the Indian system yet because I haven't been involved much, but if I ever get the chance, I'll definitely let you know. But winning the Champions League would be amazing, and I'd definitely love to be the first one to do it.
What are your plans? Like, if I have to say you from now, 5 years from now, where do you see yourself? What's in your head at the moment? At this moment,
5 years from now, the best footballer in our country, definitely. Uh, I would like to see our national team move up rankings 100%. We need to be a lot higher than where we are right now. Um, Definitely playing in a first division, a good first division team around Europe, and scoring goals, staying fit, and just I couldn't give you a solid aim, but just some stuff
okay.
like that.
So, Compact Racer wants to know who is the best goalkeeper in the world for you. If you
Best goalkeeper. I wouldn't be able to give you a single name, but I'm a Liverpool fan, so I'd definitely put Allison up there and Keylor Navas. I think Keylor Navas is highly underrated, and he had an amazing time in Real Madrid and shouldn't have been sold to PSG, but I don't know. I think he's a top goalkeeper as well.
so, yep, we are almost come to the end of your 20 minutes. I've talked from you. Thank you so much.
No
Uh,
worries.
Yeah, and Ishan was very kind to us. He was like, when I asked him if you had any questions that I'm not supposed to ask, he was like, no, I don't have anything. You can ask me most of them. That was very nice. So one question before going is like, what is your words to fans in India and young players in India, what they can do to follow your path?
Uh, to all the young people back home, I'd say chase your dreams and don't listen to too much of what the people say behind you. Go out there and do, and don't wait for tomorrow or the day after, and just start and be different. Take a path that no one's taken before and follow your dreams. And that's it. Reach for the stars.
Ishan, all the best.
Thank
Stay
you.
safe, most importantly, and hope the situation clears out and we see you once again at a different stage and we come back on this live once again.
Perfect. Sounds good.
Yeah. See you. Bye.
Take care, buddy. Ciao.
Bye. Bye. Ciao.